My friends, how are you doing out there? I hope you're doing well as we can be doing, because what we are finding out every day, more and more every day, is we literally have the dumbest presidential administration in history, which is saying a lot, because you remember Donald Trump's first term where he denied a pandemic and got 1 million Americans killed, got millions more fired from their jobs, had his supporters running around grocery stores yelling at cashiers about having to wear a mask and how their rights were being taken from them. And then after that, after he lost the next election, he lied to his base and told them that the election was stolen from him. And then he started an insurrection and somehow got away from it, or away with it, rather. Well, my friends, it just got worse than that. If you can believe it, Donald Trump and his administration has found a way to outdo themselves on absolute fucking stupidity when it comes to running a country. I didn't think it was possible, but here we are. Let's talk about this Donald Trump administration so far, and you bet your sweet ass we are going to talk about this this leak where the fucking Donald Trump's cabinet, it gets me so frustrated sometimes I can't find the word, where they were giving out secrets on the military strikes in Yemen, and they had brought in a reporter also, completely unbeknownst to them even, that they had included a reporter in this entire conversation. They didn't even know he was there. So we're definitely going to talk about that, but let's get a quick fucking overview of what we've got going on in this country with absolute dipshits running this fucking place. Oh boy, where do we start? Where to start with Donald Trump? Well, first of all, him and Elon Musk came in and started firing people from a bunch of essential departments in the government, causing all kinds of wacky shit to happen, like planes falling out of the sky, or measles breaking out all over Texas, or the people in charge of the nukes, they were fired, and then there was this hasty attempt to rehire them. If you guys can't tell, it's a little overwhelming for me to remember all the stupid shit that Donald Trump does. That's why I stutter a lot and get tongue twisted and forget what the hell is going on, because this is impossible to keep up with. Oh, and on top of that, Donald Trump keeps starting trade wars where he continues to get his ass kicked over and over by the world. He has threatened to annex Canada, take over Greenland, go personally retrieve the Panama Canal. Okay, that was a little bit of an exaggeration, but hell, I'd like to see it happen. I think we should tell Donald Trump that it is his presidential power, and only a president as powerful as him can go retrieve the Panama Canal all by himself. They give him a cute little project to work on for a while so he stops fucking up everything else. That would be fantastic. I don't even think I've covered all of the absolute fucking stupidity that has come out of this administration. I mean, my God, Pam Bondi says it's illegal for us to show up at a Tesla dealership. Donald Trump says it's illegal for us to not buy Teslas. There was I mean, the list just goes on, my friends, of absolute fucking stupidity. But, my friends, we unfortunately have not found yet the biggest problem that's going to come out of this administration. Just the biggest one so far, my friends, as they will do worse, I promise you that. So we got Pete Hegseth, who is an alcoholic, and look, I get it, I love to have drinks too. I'm wildly unqualified to be in Pete Hegseth's position. A lot of you guys tell me I should run for office. I think I'll just stick to driving my truck and doing this. I am wildly unqualified to be a member of Congress or the Senate or anything like that, even at the local level. So Pete Hegseth, though, wildly unqualified to be the fuck is Pete Hegseth? Secretary of Defense. I had to go look it up real quick because I forgot what his official title was, but so did he, obviously, based on what has just happened. So we had Pete Hegseth, I know Marco Rubio was in there, J.D. Vance, some other high-ranking government officials here in the United States that had decided they needed to have a discussion about the military strikes that were going to happen in Yemen, which all of that up to this point sounds really fucking good. You're top-ranking officials in the United States, and you need to discuss military strikes that you're planning to carry out. Well, here's where they fucked up. They decided they would use an app called Signal to have this conversation. And Signal is just an app you get off the Play Store. It's that's where you get it. So I don't know. I would assume the government has secure channels for communicating such strikes where it's normal to probably communicate these things. See, I am just a humble trucker, my friends, but we have gone through our entire American history without ever having a discussion on an app from the App Store about how we were going to launch military strikes against another country. But apparently that was not good enough for them, and they decided to use this app called Signal to have this conversation. Well, I guess my understanding is that you add people into Signal, the Signal chat, by their phone number, where they had added a journalist randomly to join in the Signal group while they discussed top secret military secrets on a pretty unsecured app. I would say, at least by the standards of the United States fucking government, I would say it's pretty unsecured. And they went on through all these things, and eventually this reporter put out that information. He said, hey, look what the fuck these clowns are doing over here, having these conversations. They don't even know who's in the goddamn chat right now. And I am going to go out on a limb here and say that might be a pretty big fucking deal. The thing that bothers me about it is it further demonstrates that Donald Trump and the entire MAGA movement doesn't actually have morals and principles that they stand on, right? This is all about doing whatever the fuck they want and winning, whatever winning is, because it don't feel like we're fucking winning right now, even a little bit, because we are all old enough to remember when Hillary Clinton got in, I guess, a lot of trouble for it had something to do with an unsecured private server with emails and things like that. I didn't follow that case too much then. I knew it was a big fucking deal, though. I know that she testified for a lot of hours in front of Congress, and I don't specifically remember the result of it, but I remember that Donald Trump was whipping his base up into a frenzy. And that is partially how he won that first election, because he kept harping on the idea that Hillary Clinton had broken some sort of law and they need to lock her up. All right, I was about to yell it at you guys, but I don't have that kind of energy. I'm not going to yell lock her up. Then I already look like this. If I start chanting MAGA chants, you guys are going to be fully convinced that I'm MAGA. It's bad enough I look like a damn hillbilly. Now I start chanting shit like that. I can't do that. You understand my point. But the point is, on and on and on, every argument you would present to MAGA through Donald Trump's first campaign, they would always respond, but her emails. But her emails. And that was their ironclad response to everything that ever fucking happened. So if the idea is that Hillary Clinton was using an unsecured server to send top secret fucking emails, and I don't know, like I said, I don't know how that all turned out. I wasn't really paying attention as much to politics back then. Do you know why? Because we weren't living under a fascist regime back then, and I kind of was just skating by in life, not really paying much fucking attention. It's when the Nazis show up that I start to have a fucking problem with what's going on and figure maybe it's time for me to start fucking paying attention to what's going on in the world. The point is, if our top-ranking government officials are having a discussion about military strikes on an app that you could just get from the Play Store, they absolutely 100% at this point, Pete Hegseth needs to resign. He has got to go, because that is a national security issue. 100%. We can't be having this fucking conversation. So Pete Hegseth has got to go. You know what was really shocking about this was Donald Trump was asked about it in a press conference, I think yesterday, and he responded that it's the first he's hearing about it. He doesn't know anything about it. This fucking moron over here, the President of the United States, does not know that the Secretary of Defense is having what is supposed to be a secured conversation with just whoever they added into the group. Look, it only is out to the public because they accidentally pulled in a journalist also into their discussion about these strikes. It does make you wonder what else is going on out there where they're adding just random citizens into the conversation. Maybe you too one day can wake up to see that you are now involved in a fucking meeting, a conversation with the goddamn Pentagon about what we're doing out there. And that would be really weird, wouldn't it? You'd probably feel like you woke up in some sort of alternate timeline. Well, could you imagine being like MAGA, a MAGA guy, and you wake up one morning and you're involved in a signal group with, you know, top-ranking government officials of the United States, and they're talking about carrying out airstrikes? That guy would start thinking some wild shit, wouldn't he? He'd be like, I knew I was a secret agent this entire time. I got you, boys. I'll be out there. And then he would go do some wild shit that would probably get him in a lot of trouble. But it's dangerous is the fucking point. But it pisses me off that the whole MAGA movement is now going to tie themselves up in knots, not have the fucking spine to stand up and say, yep, this is a problem and we need to hold them accountable. The entire fucking MAGA movement has absolutely zero accountability for the bullshit that they do. And I don't fucking like that. And I even, my friends, went to... I put myself through a Fox News segment. I said, I gotta see what Fox News is thinking about this. And they had a video titled something to do with Pete Hegseth and the fucking private conversation, all that stuff. I said, okay, I'm gonna go in, and I got high hopes that Fox News is finally gonna say, hey, this is kind of bullshit. We shouldn't be doing this. We went off on Hillary Clinton. We went off on all these other things, and this is a huge fuck up. Well, my friends, it's good news, bad news, depending on how you want to look at it. I don't know if I was not disappointed or very disappointed by Fox News, because actually what they decided to talk about was how Elon Musk is helping get rid of waste, fraud, and abuse in the federal government, because Elon Musk has discovered that babies are getting business loans to the tune of $100,000, and God bless Elon Musk for finding that out. What the fuck is going on in this country? Elon Musk now is claiming that he has found business loans going to babies, and that's what we're talking about while the fucking world is on fire, while the fucking Pete Hegseth and JD Vance are having conversations with just whoever wants to listen to it, whoever happens to be in the group with them about our military strikes. And we're talking about babies with $100,000 business loans. I gotta say, fuck Fox News, because what the hell was that? That is absolutely absurd. I didn't keep listening because I'm like, I can't fucking do that with these people. And it is absolutely shocking the amount of Americans that fall for the bullshit that Fox News fucking says. That's what they chose to talk about. So I guess in closing, yes, there should be hearings. I don't know the processes for all this, if it's like hearings in Congress or Senate or whatever, and they should find out. They should get a search warrant on Pete Hegseth and JD Vance's phone and Marco Rubio's phone, and they should be getting all that information put in order, because these guys are 100%, if they weren't before, they are now a national security threat. And we need to figure out what the fuck these guys are up to, and we need to see resignations or whatever needs to happen to get these fucking clowns out of our government. This is the most absurd shit I think I've ever heard. I can't believe that I can't believe this is a conversation we're having. My friends, I can't believe this is something we're going to talk about. So, but here's the bad news of the entire video, because my videos tend to end on either why it's good news or why it's bad news. They're MAGA. They will not face any consequences whatsoever. They will keep their jobs. They will gaslight the American people. They will lie to us about what happened, and they will face absolutely no consequences at all, because MAGA, my friends, unfortunately, is above the law. How the fuck you like that? Anyways, I got to get back to work. Love you guys. Bye now.